when you're a starting backcourt in the NBA, you've got to be in sync with one another.
I called you peas and carrots. Hey, Dallas, when Carlisle called that timeout, Golden State was on a 6-0 run. He calls a timeout. Nate Robinson puts in a 3. And up until that time right there was an 8-2 run by Dallas as they insert Terry, bring in Brandon Wright. Nate Robinson knocking that one in. He has been a terrific contributor to this team. He's now got his first 3. Wright fighting for the ball. A whistle and 5:41 to play here in the third quarter. In Golden State, he was cut early on this season by Oklahoma City, and I wonder if he felt a little bit maybe coming here as, you know what, I'm getting a reputation around the NBA for perhaps not the smoothest guy to deal with. I better kind of iron out my act a little bit, which he has done.
In New York, off the court and some on the court antics that kind of drove him away from the Big Apple. Goes to Boston, which you're thinking it's a great place for him. You have solid veterans there, and Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen. Things didn't work out, and Mark Jackson said, look, I had a conversation with Nate and understood that I'm not going to judge you on some of your past discretions on and off the court. Come here and play hard. I'm not judging on anything else. Ball goes up. If you play hard, that's all that you're going to be remembered here. Other than David Lee, I'd say he's the second most important player on this team. He's coming off the bench.
Lee with a spinner right there. He's got 16. That's a Golden State high. Robinson, by the way, moments ago picked up his first. Here comes Sean Marion. He is 2 of 8 with 7. Drew the double. Kidd, 3. And Dallas with a sizable lead, holding on to it here. Under 5 to play in the third. The Mavericks can't exhale. There's very little room for error as this season is winding down for them.
And this three-point shot was such a big weapon for them last year. They haven't shot the ball particularly well from beyond the arc this season.
Kidd again for 3.
Doing a great job tonight. What did Coach Carlisle say? What one of his game plans against the Warriors? He wanted to run them off the three-point line. This is the #1 3-point shooting team. The Golden State Warriors at 39%.
St. Louis native David Lee puts that in. He's got 18 for the game and 6 coming in this quarter. Watch Lee right here, who has played for the New York Knicks. He was an all-star there, now with the Warriors for the last couple years. Wright picks up his second personal foul. 7 years out of the University of Florida. Bradley Beal was a great senior in high school in St. Louis. He was the Gatorade High School Player of the Year nationally, and he selected Florida because of the influence of a guy that went to the same high school in St. Louis, David Lee. Playing for Billy Donovan. And the Gators. Under 4 to play in the third. Brandon Wright with a little spinner inside. That was a nice shot, and he has answered the bell. He's been such a terrific player for this team, looking for more minutes. And tonight, Haywood's numbers in terms of minutes played have been down. It's been a lot of Wright.
If you want to earn minutes, then you've got to perform on the basketball floor, and that's exactly what Wright has done. And in this second half, it's been the rookie, Klay Thompson. That's his second 3 of this half.
He's got a great stroke.
Yes, he does.
10 in this quarter. Beaubois had a terrific first half with 11 points, 5 of 8 from the Mavs. Terry, Dirk right into Lee. And a foul. Brandon Wright.
Look at the move. Nice move down low here by Wright. Understanding he has the smaller Klay Thompson, and this is exactly what you're supposed to do. Get him down in the post and just jump over him and shoot. Use your athleticism and those long arms just to shoot over the smaller Klay Thompson.
Wright is 5 years out of North Carolina, so he played for Roy Williams. Brendan Haywood, 11 years out of North Carolina. And Vince Carter. We have 3 Tar Heels on this Dallas team as we take a look at the NBA National Television Big Board. What games catch your eye out of all those good ones right there as we're winding up the regular year?
Well, all these games have playoff implications. We talked about tomorrow's Suns-Rocket game, but how about the Heat and the disappointing loss tonight in the Knicks? The Knicks clinging on to that 8th playoff spot, had a huge win last night in Milwaukee. Now they're 2 games up over the Bucks.
Nate Robinson lasers one inside looking for Lee. And that's away. I know everybody in Texas is tired of talking about Lamar Odom. Nationally, it is a dying topic. I know the guys back in the studio have visited about it. But interestingly enough, today in the papers here in the Bay Area is Jason Terry kicks it out to Vince. This is a three, and that is right down the middle. Vince Carter puts it in. They were talking about would Lamar Odom fit with this Golden State team as that small forward and make that, because Dallas still has his rights. He's just going to be inactive the rest of the year. He will not play in the playoffs. And they've got him up until draft night. So, I mean, they'll try to trade him and get something for him.
I'm sure they'll try to trade for him, but who's ever going to be receiving him, you've got to ask the question.
What do you get?
Which Lamar Odom are you going to get? If it's not going to work with the team that had just won the World Championship and you're coming to the third youngest team in the NBA, how's it going to work here?
We're laughing at Vince Carter. We're not laughing at that. Nice numbers right there by some pretty big names. Switch. Lee is on Terry. Thompson is watching Nowitzki. Shot clock down to 5. Dirk. Good defense by the rookie. Lee. Robinson. Rush.
They're trying to give the Bay Area faithful here something to cheer about. They had cut it to 10 points about a minute and a half ago. Now they got it down to 11. This could be a huge stop right here. They can get the last possession.
Well, they don't quit.
No.
And this has been kind of their trademark. They do not quit.
That's the trademark of their head coach, Mark Jackson.
Terry with a three. Here comes Thompson. Plenty of time to work with here. Mavs do have a foul to give. Rush. Maneuvers. Thompson. Free to fire. Kaboom! And we've got an 8-point ball game. 22 for the rookie Thompson. 13 in the quarter. Vince floats. And down it goes.
And that's the problem when you score too early. They were supposed to take the last shot of the half right there. But Klay Thompson had a wide open three that he couldn't turn down.
10-point game at the end of 3. Mavs had it up to 19 in the first half. Makes things a little bit interesting for the Mavs right now, trying to stay above water in the West.
Greetings from the windy city of Chicago. People here sure are friendly, but some have had a hard time understanding my accent. So, to make sure people get every word of the Geico savings message, I've been practicing how to talk like a true Chicagoan.
Switching to Geico could save you hundreds of dollars on car insurance. Ah, Bears.
You people sure do talk funny.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Man, I was double teamed with no one to pass it to, so I pulled up and hit the shot for the win. And you didn't see it. It's that data plane wrong. Always stressing about overages. I get that, but seriously, you chose to download Doodle Jump instead of streaming my shot. Doodle Jump? Man, that's messed up.
Switch Sprint, the only network with truly unlimited data.
You could go harder.
When you have the style, the look, the sound, there's no question you're destined to break through. The new Chrysler 300S with Beats Audio. Because this is what we do.
This is hard.
Tomorrow.
There's been a massive takeover on MS1. We can send in one man.
Snow.
God, I hate it.
Critics are locked in for Laga. It's fast-paced, action-packed, and loads of fun. It's ridiculously entertaining.
There's an apple and a gun. Don't talk to strangers. Shoot them.
The most entertaining action movie of the year.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's Die Hard meets Blade Runner.
Impact with the Eastern Seaboard in 3, 2, 1.
Lockout, rated PG-13, starts tomorrow.
How did the NBA become the hottest league on the planet? By building on the Cisco Intelligent Network, they're able to serve up live video and instant replays, creating fans from Berlin to Beijing. What can we help you build? Nice shot, kid. The NBA around the world, built by the only company that could, Cisco.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't, because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
Welcome back to Oakland. Joining me is Mark Jackson. And Coach, you said this is a team that has no excuses. The team may be an issue, but you had to be encouraged with this last period.
Well, absolutely. That's the way we have to play. That third quarter was full of energy. We made mistakes, but because of our intensity, it didn't show up.
Talk about what you'd like to see down the stretch.
I'd like to see us finish strong. We got to continue to execute, continue to battle, and learn by our mistakes.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Golden State closed out that third quarter on a 17-11 run in the last 4:15, and they get a nice deuce right there. Nate Robinson puts it in. It's an 8-point contest.
And Mark Jackson has gone to the small lineup with Dominic McGuire playing center for the Warriors.
Terry Beaubois right. That's a three by Jet. Mahinmi is in, and Carter. That's the Dallas 5. Here's Richardson with McGuire, Rush. Robinson with it. Klay Thompson. This is a three. Good! Jan Mahinmi, who picks up his second. Thompson. Rush for three. Good rebound by Mahinmi.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for a better look there if you're Brandon Rush.
Beaubois. Rejected inside. Thompson with the block, into Rush. He got the assist from Jefferson, who's come up with 2 assists here in the last couple minutes.
Coach Carlisle can't wait any longer. He's bringing back Jason Kidd and Dirk Nowitzki. Now you've got this crowd engaged, and you've got younger, fresher legs, and the Golden State Warriors have woken up.
7-0 up by Golden State. Mahinmi is horse-collared inside, and that is a foul.
And we've been talking about Klay Thompson at the offensive end, and here he's showing a little bit of his defense. The block shot there on Roddy, and then the fast break opportunity for the Warriors. Nice pass to a streaking Brandon Rush to cut the lead to 3.
First foul goes on Jefferson. Thompson's been terrific. We mentioned this earlier. His dad is Michael Thompson, who was the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. Back in 1978, a missed free throw right there by Mahinmi.
Had an opportunity before he declared to go to Washington State. When he was looking at schools, he looked at Pepperdine, which is a few minutes from my house. His brother went to Pepperdine, so we were up there working out along with Mark Jackson's son, Mark Jr., so we would have a lot of 2-on-2 games with Michael Thompson Jr. His younger brother, Trace, in the minor league, I believe, with the Oakland A's, so a very talented Thompson family.
Danny went to the University of Minnesota. Turned out some pretty good players, including Kevin McHale. There's a three which misses everything by Thompson. Some defense right there, and he knew he took the wrong shot. Thompson hitting his chest, said, my bad. But you know what? He had a former player on the bench, and he has the most experience playing the game of any head coach in the NBA, 17 years. For Mark, you know, he understands it. You miss a shot, sometimes you got to shake it up and leave the guy in because the player wants to stay in and redeem himself.
Or he told Cheryl, you know, we're going to make mistakes, but you got to play through mistakes.
Right.
You've got the third youngest team, and you're starting 3 rookies. There's going to be a lot of mistakes on a nightly basis.
Jefferson is screen.
Those are 2 quick shots there.
Yep. Stepped out of bounds. 9.5 to play here in the fourth. And what was a 19-point lead for Rick Carlisle and his Dallas Mavericks, now down to 3. It was 60-41. Bounds. Here's Kidd.
This is a nice matchup with Dominic McGuire. Talking with Mark Jackson. He's their stopper on their team.
Dirk, a high arc, that fadeaway, almost impossible to guard.
He's their stopper, but there ain't no stopping that.
NBA MVP, Finals MVP, Dirk Nowitzki. Approaching 9 to play. Shot clock at 9. Robinson.